for signs you're about to find the love of your life in 7 days. Liam checked his watch for the 10th time. It was 7 p.m., the time his life was supposed to change. According to the dusty old book he'd found tucked away in a forgotten corner of his grandfather's library. The book, bound in faded leather, promised that 4 specific signs would appear exactly 1 week before he met his soulmate. A skeptic by nature, but a romantic at heart, Liam had decided to play along. He was lonely, after all. The first sign was supposed to be a feather from a bird that doesn't fly. Ridiculous, he thought. Then, as he walked home from the library, a street performer dressed as a giant penguin handed him a promotional flyer. Attached to it was a single, fluffy white feather. Liam's heart skipped a beat. Coincidence, he told himself, stuffing the feather into his pocket. Sign number 2. A song from the past, heard in a new place. The next day, while grabbing a coffee, the barista was humming a tune. It was a lullaby his grandmother used to sing, a song he hadn't heard in 20 years. His hand trembled as he took his latte. This was getting weird. The third sign was a message in a bottle. Liam scoffed. This wasn't a movie. But on Wednesday, while jogging by the city river, something glinted in the shallow water. It was a small glass bottle. Inside, a rolled-up piece of paper. With shaky fingers, he unrolled it. The note simply read, "Look up." He did, just as a flock of geese flew overhead in a perfect V formation. It felt ... significant. The fourth and final sign. A stranger will give you a key that opens no lock you own. This felt like the most impossible one. For the next 3 days, Liam was on high alert. He politely declined promotional keychains, avoided locksmiths, and eyed every stranger with suspicion. Nothing. By Saturday night, he was convinced the whole thing was a fluke, a series of bizarre coincidences. Disheartened, he went to a quiet jazz bar to drown his sorrows. He sat at the bar, swirling the ice in his glass, when a woman sat down 2 stools away. She had warm eyes and a smile that seemed to light up the dimly lit room. They started talking. It was easy, natural. Her name was Clara. She was a musician, and she loved old books. As the night wore on, Liam found himself completely captivated. He'd forgotten all about the signs and the book. As the bar was closing, Clara fumbled in her purse. "Oh, shoot," she said, pulling out a small, ornate, silver key. "I picked this up at the flea market today. I thought it was beautiful, but I don't think it opens anything. It just feels special." She looked at Liam, her eyes twinkling. "You know what? Want you to have it." As a memento of our conversation, she pressed the key into his palm. It was cool and heavy. Liam stared at it, then at her, his mind reeling. A key from a stranger that opened no lock he owned. The fourth sign. He looked at Clara, truly looked at her, and saw not just a beautiful woman, but a song from the past and a message to look up. He saw a warmth that felt like coming home. "I think," Liam said, his voice barely a whisper, "this key just opened something I didn't even know was locked." Clara smiled, a knowing, beautiful smile. "I had a feeling it might." It turned out, Clara had also found a book. Her book spoke of 4 signs that would appear in the week she met her soulmate. A shared feather, a familiar song, a message from above, and a key given freely. She'd seen the street performer, heard the barista, and found her own message by the river. Her final sign was to give a key to a stranger who felt like home. They weren't just following signs, they were creating them for each other. Their connection wasn't pre-written in a dusty book, but in the small, intentional acts of hope they both put out into the world. The magic wasn't the prophecy. It was the shared belief that brought them to the same place at the same time, ready to find each other. The love of their lives wasn't a destination at the end of a 7-day scavenger hunt. It was the person who was on the same journey all along. And as they walked out of the bar, hand in hand, they knew their story was just beginning. Sometimes the signs don't just point the way. Sometimes they are the way. And the greatest love stories aren't found. They are built, one sign at a time. Thanks for watching.